TellyCast, the TV industry news review.
Hi, I'm Justin Crosby, and welcome to another TellyCast. On this week's show, we're previewing NEM Dubrovnik, taking place in Croatia from the 6th to the 9th of June at the Dubrovnik Palace Hotel, where the CEE content industry will come together once again to buy and sell, network, discuss and debate the key issues in the region today. It's all coming up on this week's TellyCast. So I'm delighted to be joined this week by three executives who are all going to be in Dubrovnik in a few days' time. Sanja Božić-Ljubičić, CEO and owner of Balkan streamer Pickbox, Mediatranslations, and of course, boss of NEM itself. Jasmina Lakobrija, head of production of Telekom Serbia's multimedia division, and Mirela Nastase, director of drama at ZDF Studios. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Great to speak to you all. Really looking forward to meeting you all in person in a couple of weeks' time. So, Sanja, starting with yourself, welcome back to TellyCast. Great to have you on the show again.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's always a pleasure.
Now, it seems just yesterday that the last NEM happened. And of course, that's because last year's event was in September. But this year, it comes back to its usual June slot in the industry calendar. Before we come on to talk about NEM, perhaps we can set the scene a little bit with how business is recovering post-pandemic in the CEE region. How are you finding business recovery in the Balkans right now?
NEM is bigger than ever, with more speakers than ever. Beautiful people are coming, people that can tell us as a region more about what's happening in their parts of the world. It is the 9th edition, although it should have been 10th, because we had to skip 1 year due to the pandemic. Hopefully this will never happen again, hopefully. But NEM was, from the start, although it was intended for the CE region, it was from the start aiming at much more, and much more we had from year one. So the business in general is finally coming to the Balkans because all the streamers finally found us somehow, thank God. We are very happy that to be included, as I said, for the third time, finally, in the streamers' plans. So Paramount Plus is coming, HBO Max is here, Disney Plus, Netflix is here from 2016. In terms of the streamers, we are finally, as I said, on the map.
Right.
So this is exciting. And NEM is booming. It has never been this big. And I have high hopes for all of the countries in the region.
Well, I'm really looking forward to getting there, as I say, in a couple of weeks' time. So how about Pickbox, Sanja? How are you finding that? Because I remember when we spoke last September, you'd create this amazing campaign for people to actually give Pickbox away for free for people to help them get through the pandemic, which was amazing. How are you seeing business coming back now in terms of subscribers? Because obviously everybody's got challenges with things like the cost of living. Certainly, it's skyrocketing in the UK. I don't know what you're finding, but energy bills are doubling and consumers are finding a lot more pressure on their finances. I gather it's the same across Europe. Has that started to affect consumers in CEE and in particular in the Balkans?
Oh, definitely. I just this morning paid my bills and they were literally doubled from last month. So I don't know how people are coping, but I do know one thing. We have to become a mature market. By a mature market, I mean you have and you will have all those streamers available to you. But then you need to know when to cancel a subscription and when to buy something new. That presumption goes to the end of knowing what each streamer has to offer and what you would like to look at. I'm even going to suggest an educational view to the matter. I think it should be introduced in schools. I think we should all know what content is what platform offering. And then it would be easier because Pickbox, I know, is not very expensive, not expensive at all. It is around €3.50, which should be a price of coffee nowadays in Croatia, which is very, very much. Not to mention only the prices. We found with Pickbox a niche that targets the people we want to target. Because we are in the Balkans, we know what people like to watch. It differs in pricing throughout the 7 countries that we are covering, which is the region of former Yugoslavia plus Bulgaria. So it's Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, Macedonia, and Montenegro, plus Bulgaria, which we started recently. We're around a year there, and we're doing pretty well. People are slowly learning about the good things that SVOD brings, and other SVODs are going to just help with the knowledge. But with content, we need to have more educational.
So looking ahead to NEM, can you give us an idea of what executives can expect at the event for those that haven't been already, or perhaps people that are going for the first time?
We always have the first echelon of people in their companies, so it's always very high. We have a very interesting panel that is connected to the world that we're living in so many ways, and that's the CEOs of free-to-airs and the way the free-to-airs are addressing the topic of Ukraine, the topic of war, and also the pandemic that has not disappeared. I hope we all know that. I think this should be an interesting panel with all the very, very important CEOs of free-to-airs from the CE region. We're also having, for the first time, cooperation with the Ministry of Media and Culture, with the minister that is going to have an opening statement about the new law in Croatia, which finally gives the right and enables the platforms to be content owners, be it a channel, an SVOD, be it production, whatever they would like to have, they finally can have. Because before this new law, it was not possible. So we're going to have some really interesting people and a lot of newcomers. Movistar is coming from Spain. A lot of production companies are coming because we're going to focus also on co-production and on developing a new stream, if you want, of not only jobs, but behavior. I would even call it behavior, in which we didn't participate much in the past. Well, we did some on and off work, but Croatia is beautiful. It can be a background for like a gazillion countries in the world. It has great service production. It has great production. So hoping for the best.
Right. That new law, I look forward to hearing more about that in detail. That's going to be presented at the event. Jasmina, coming to you next. Welcome to TellyCast. Tell us about your role and Telekom Serbia's approach to content production.
Okay, so my role at Telekom Serbia is actually to oversee all the production activities. So Telekom Serbia, it's a telco company with a versatile portfolio of services, telecommunication services in several countries in the Balkan region. And we maintain a global presence by selling television services throughout the world. But in 2018, following the telco trends, we started producing high-quality feature movies and series and position itself as the leader in the region in the production and distribution of such content. So until now, we have produced more than 50 titles and more than 850 hours of original high-quality content. And we managed to distribute it to all continents almost. So not only region, we have sold our content, for example, to Puerto Rico, USA, to Global Play, Brazil. And of course, this big news is Disney Plus Hotstar with 2 hour drama series. One is Civil Servant. It's an action about Secret Service in Serbia, and Depth to the Sea, which is a mystery drama. Also, we have sold some series in Australia, Spain, Czech Republic. So we have high ambitions for big streamers and the world and the distribution worldwide.
Are they series then, or one-off movies, or are they actually drama series?
Civil Servant, it's a drama series in its 3rd season. We are now in production of 3rd season, actually. And Depth to the Sea also, at the moment, we are shooting also the 3rd season.
Okay. And they're all produced, shot, and post-production. Everything's happening in Serbia.
Yes, but for example, Depth to the Sea, some of the principal shooting is done in Montenegro. Also, Civil Servant traveled. The main production is actually, and post-production is actually in Serbia. We produce a lot. And of course, pandemic affected production all over the world. We managed to produce in both years. Yeah, somehow our producers, with all the measures, kept the production ongoing almost without interruption. So I think it's quite an achievement.
Absolutely. So give us a bit of an idea of scale of your production within Serbia versus other producers. Are you one of the biggest drama producers? I mean, you say you're 850 hours. That's a lot of content. Are you one of the major producers in your territory?
Yes, we are. I don't know the figures in, Bulgaria, Romania, but if we are talking about XU, we are definitely the biggest. And we will keep like that. And of course, we are open for co-productions all over the world. Of course, we should find a convenient story, but still, yeah, we are quite ambitious in the sense of keep producing on this level in the future. And of course, to distribute worldwide as many territories as possible.
In terms of distribution businesses, do you work with one in particular, or are you always looking for presumably always looking for new distribution partners? How do you work with international distribution?
We made some partnerships with GoQuest Media, India, and Better Film. We also do direct sale. Of course, we are always open for new distribution partners.
We're seeing lots of cord cutting right across the world as consumers are moving more and more towards SVOD and actually increasingly AVOD services.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing the same trends happening in Serbia? And if so, how are you approaching that domestically from Telekom Serbia's perspective?
As I said, like core business of Telekom Serbia are telecommunications. In our portfolio, of course, we do have to our users, we offer SVOD, VOD, TVOD, and we also have our platforms, OTT platforms like Arena Cloud or Go4U for worldwide. Yes, we are seeing the increase in users, especially concerning our content, our movies and series. For example, a really huge hit movie, Toma, which was really big in the whole region. We have also presented it to our users through TVOD, and we had a really good results. Also, South Wind, which was also a movie, a theater blockbuster in the region. We have also offered it to our users, and we had a success there as well. So I would say that people are getting used to watching content on that way rather than on pay TV. There is still a majority of viewers who are used to watch content like that. And because of that, I have to also mention our channel, Superstar, which actually started in the same year that we started producing, 2018. And the results are amazing. We are in a top 10 most viewed channels, not only paid channels, but also national channels. So we are developing that brand as well. And we also have an SVOD platform for our users, which is Superstar. I'm quite sure that more and more people will go to that kind of usage of content.
Yeah. Okay. And Superstar is available only in Serbia, or is it across the CE region? Can you give me an idea on that?
Well, in the region, because we have operations in Bosnia, Montenegro, and we recently started operation in Macedonia. So the channels can be watched there through our service. And of course, it is available on Arena Cloud for other territories, and Go4You, also our platform for worldwide. Yeah, we have the presence actually in the whole world, I would say, when you look at that. Yeah.
And we're seeing 5G as well rolling out in various territories around the world. And I've seen that that's going to be happening throughout this year in Serbia. How do you see that's going to affect content consumption? Presumably that's going to be more and more people are going to be focusing much more on watching Superstar, for example, on their mobile phones, as opposed to maybe the more traditional set-top boxes. Is that what you're expecting that trend to speed up throughout this year?
Yes, of course, and all the platforms that I have mentioned, they are actually also applications. So I would say that 5G is only going to help in that sense, in the sense of getting more and more subscribers.
So, Jasmina, I gather you're going to be having some screenings at NEM. Tell us about those.
Yes, we are really looking forward to that. Our screening is actually going to happen on Wednesday, the 8th of June at 3:45 p.m. We would like to showcase as much content as possible because we have it a lot. We are going to show a show reel of our 8 or 9 titles with trailers, and we are going to screen 2 episodes, actually one of 25 minutes, shortened a little bit, Golden Boy, and the other one is Walk with the Lion. So the Golden Boy is actually a coming-of-age story about a really talented footballer who is coping with drugs, criminal, and interest groups like managers. And I think this title is going to be really interesting because of the World Cup 2022. And the other title, Walk with the Lion, is actually a romantic comedy about 2 totally opposite characters. And I think, people after pandemic want to I don't know, watch some light content. So I think this comedy is going to be a success, really.
They shot in Serbian, is that right?
Yes, they're both shot in Serbia, yeah.
And you're looking for distribution partners for those and obviously channels as well.
Yes.
But is there a distributor attached for either of those shows yet?
Actually, to Golden Boy it is worldwide, not for the region. It's Battlefield. And for the other title, we don't have a distributor. But we will see distribution companies or direct sale. We will go for everything that is possible out there and everyone who is interested in the content.
If you're going to be at NEM, make sure you're there for the Telekom Serbia showcase at 3:45 on Wednesday. Mirela, thank you for joining us. You're director of drama at ZDF Studios. Welcome to the show. First of all, I've noticed a little rebrand over at ZDF over the last few weeks. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, indeed. The rebrand is really fresh. We've announced it the 1st of April and we've celebrated it at MidTV in spring. And this is more or less a formal move just because the name ZDF Studios represents better the identity of the company. The company has been named ZDF Enterprises as the commercial arm of ZDF, the German broadcaster, for over 25 years. And now, by owning almost 30 companies, 30 production companies, mostly in Germany, and financing, co-developing, co-producing, distributing, we just thought that the name of the studio is just more appropriate. And this also comes in a way at a good time because one of the CEOs is actually going to leave the company after founding the company. So 25 years later, Fred Watson is leaving in June, and a very experienced executive will take his place, Markus Schäfer, coming from Ultimedia Germany. So I am part of the script department. So this is, we're at NEM also with our new name, but also, as a really established company who wants to just get itself more familiar with the region because our business is really thriving in Central Eastern Europe. I actually am part of the scripted department and sales and acquisitions over the French-speaking, but also the entire Central Eastern Europe. And the business is really, really growing in the past years. Even during, the crisis of the pandemic, it actually was really good. Now, obviously, we're expecting a new crisis, but at the same time, we really wish to develop a bit more the Balkans region. And that's why we're very grateful for organizers of the NEM market, who we have been in touch in the past years. And we've had different kinds of collaborations, more virtual than physicals. And now we're really grateful for this full partnership with NEM because we want to just bring our new name and bring the company and just get a bit friendlier with everyone in the region. We actually have really good businesses in Croatia, Slovenia, Bulgaria, just to talk a little bit about the region, but a bit less in Serbia, Bosnia, Albania, Macedonia, Montenegro. So we want to focus there because the channels haven't been that receptive to our business. We want to explain them what we do, but also, jump on the opportunity of all the platforms, international, locals that are looking for new content.
So you're involved in sales and acquisitions. Let's talk about sales first of all. So give us an idea. ZDF in the scripted space has had some real successes over the last 12 months, or actually longer, 24 months in particular. Tell us about those. Tell us about your most successful international titles over at ZDF.
Well, our success is definitely going even longer than that. We in the scripted department, we obviously represent the German content that is originally produced for the ZDF channel, so ZDF and ZDF Neo. We have other third-party, deals in Germany, but a big part of our primetime event catalog is European, so very, very, very diverse. We acquire distribution rights. So at NEM, our main focus obviously is selling content, and some of that content is still some very successful library, like the series Brawn or The Fall, but also some very recent successful acquisitions we've made, like a Spanish Amazon RT original, Stories to Stay Away, Crimson Rivers, a French-France television ZDF co-production, an original disaster series called Slowborn, a Channel 4 UK adaptation of a Swedish series called Before We Die. We just have such a diverse, catalog in terms of languages, and we're really, really happy to offer that. We actually have kept the name of the main series that we'll be screening quite secret until the very last moment, and we still do. So we have a screening on the opening night on Monday, 6th of June, 8 p.m. And we've actually kept the name quite secret because we were still, clearing the legal matters. But this will be a big production, 25 million for 6 hours, historical series, an original of Amazon and RTE from Spain, but Amazon is picking it up all over Europe and also outside of Europe. And this will be our main series for the market.
All right. So you can't tell us what that is yet.
I might get in trouble, but all I can say is it's about the expedition of the Portuguese Magellan, looking for the Spices Islands. And it actually stars Alvaro Morte from Casa de Papel. And we are bringing talent, and we are bringing the producers in Dubrovnik. We're working on that. It's a bit of a last minute, but we just thought that for our first full partnership and screening with NEM, and it's in such a beautiful setting, we really want to take advantage and bring something extremely, extremely new. We obviously have a lot of series that are unknown to the public in the region. We could have picked any, but we have picked this one series.
Well, that's a good tease for that screening happening on the opening night. I'm sure if you're attending NEM, you'll be going along to that. Big budget, big talent. That sounds exciting. That's presumably going to be your main focus at NEM this year. When it comes to acquisitions, you mentioned that you oversee drama acquisitions as well. Are you on the lookout for content when you're going to be at NEM? And if so, what sort of content are you looking for?
We are actually, because I have these two roles, I'm constantly selling, but also looking for new original series to represent in international distribution. And we actually are very, like everyone, very picky because we do invest a lot in the marketing, festival lobbying, PR, and all the rest. So we represent as best as we can the series. Although our main focus at the market is sales, we are going to meet with several producers from the region, and we're also happy to meet with Telekom Serbia.
Yes.
I watch, series from Telekom Greece, but I haven't watched series from Telekom Serbia, and I'm really, really happy. I've just heard you have one series or more represented by Beta Films. We have a joint venture in co-distribution with Beta Films, so we're very, very close colleagues and competitors. So we're just very happy to talk about your original series as well, and see which one we can represent ourselves.
Yeah, we can schedule a meeting. We have in production now a few titles which are really interested, but we won't take time here. So,
I would really love that. Yeah.
In a telecast first, why don't we have a deal negotiation live on the show so we can get into the nitty gritty? That's fine. We've got enough time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be interested for, I don't know. Yeah.
Let me just jump in. Some 20 years ago, it was Nokia connecting people. Now it's NEM connecting people, which is and always was the main goal. So thank you, girls. Well, you're women. It's normal that you think the way you do. Thank you.
It's also something that I've noticed the last time that I went to NEM, which is my first visit back in September, was, the number of meetings that are going on and how people are engaging with each other, and seem to be a very thriving market. So I'm sure after the pandemic, and as we're all building back bit by bit, then I'm sure that this is going to be a busier market than ever. So wish you all very good luck with that. So Sanja, Jasmina and Mirela, thank you so much for coming on the show and previewing this year's NEM. Really excited to see you on the 6th to the 9th of June in Dubrovnik at a fantastic hotel with that wonderful view as well, which is something that makes it a really, really pleasant place to be. I'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you. See you.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, that's about it for this week's telecast. I hope you enjoyed the show. And just a quick reminder that all the videos from the recent Telecast Content Funding Festival panel sessions are available to stream right now for free at telecast.com. You just need to register. On next week's show, we'll be previewing Sunny Side of the Dock, which is happening from the 20th to 23rd of June in La Rochelle in France. Until then, as always, stay safe